in the United States for years, working, paying rent, raising children, only to suddenly hear that you may need to leave America and return to your home country before getting your green card approved. This is exactly the fear spreading among many migrants after reports surfaced around May 22nd that the US government is tightening immigration procedures. But what is the truth? Is America really forcing migrants out? Who is affected and why is this happening now? We are breaking down the real story behind immigration changes shaking migrant communities across the United States. Welcome back to World Daily Information, where we bring you global updates, political developments, and major world events explained in simple language. Over the past few days, immigration discussions in the United States have exploded online. Many social media posts claim that migrants are now being ordered to go back to their country before receiving green cards. Some people became afraid, others became angry, and many began asking, is the American dream ending for migrants? The truth is more complicated. So in this video, I will explain what the US government actually said, why immigration rules are changing, how green card processes work, who may be affected, the political reason behind the move, and what this could mean for millions of migrants in America. Stay with us till the end because final parts may surprise you. Who started the controversy? The controversy started after immigration discussions linked to policy enforcement and visa processing resurfaced around May 22nd of this month. Some immigration lawyers and online commentators explained that certain migrants applying for permanent residency may be required to complete what is called consular processing. This means that instead of finishing the green card processing inside the United States, some applicants may need to return temporarily to their home country and attend interviews at a US embassy or consulate. For many migrants, this sounded terrifying. Why? Because leaving the United States can sometimes trigger legal problems that may prevent a person from returning quickly. Social media quickly exploded with dramatic headlines like America is deporting migrants before green cards, US tell immigrants to leave now, mass immigration crackdown begins. But experts say the reality is not always that simple. In many immigration cases, consular processing has existed for years. However, recent policy enforcement and stricter scrutiny are making more migrants worried about their status. This is how green card processing works. To understand why this issue matters so much, we first need to understand how green card works in America. A green card allows a foreign national to become a lawful permanent resident of the United States. There are different ways people apply. You can apply through family sponsorship, marriage to a US citizen, employment, refugee or asylum status, special humanitarian programs. Now, here is the important part: some people can apply for adjustment of status while remaining inside the United States. Others may be required to process their application outside America through a US embassy. That is where the controversy comes in. For migrants who entered the US illegally or overstayed visas, leaving the country may trigger immigration bars. For example, a person unlawfully present for more than 180 days may face a 3 years ban. More than 1 year can trigger a 10 years ban. This is why many migrants are nervous whenever officials mention leaving the country for processing. Why is the US getting stricter? We have to know why the US is getting stricter about migration, immigration, and all of this green card matters. So why is the US government becoming stricter now? There are several reasons. First is politics. Immigration has become one of the biggest political issues in America, especially ahead of elections. Some Americans believe the border situation has become too chaotic and want stronger enforcement. Others argue that migrants are essential workers who contribute to the economy. The second reason is border pressure. Over the past few years, America has seen record numbers of migrants arriving at the north-southern borders. Cities like New York, Chicago, and Denver have struggled with housing and resources for migrants. Because of this, government agencies are under pressure to speed up screening and tighten procedures. The third reason is security and fraud concerns. US immigration authorities say they want stronger background checks and more thorough verification before granting permanent residency. Officials argue that consular interview outside the US help confirm identities, documents, and eligibility. So your country will have to tell us really if you're really eligible to be a permanent citizen or you need to stay back. So that is why you would have to go back to your country to get the green card. How migrants are reacting. This is very important because if you're a migrant in the US, this news will really concern you. The reaction from migrant communities have been emotional. Many families are scared. Some people worry they could become trapped outside the US if they leave for interviews. Others fear scams spreading online. Immigration lawyers have warned migrants not to panic based on social media rumors alone. They advise people to speak only with licensed immigration attorneys, avoid fake consultants, verify official migration notices carefully. At the same time, immigrant advocacy groups argue that sudden policy changes create uncertainty for hard working families already trying to build stable lives in America. Some migrants interviewed by media outlets say they feel exhausted after years of waiting for immigration decisions. Others say they still believe America remains a land of opportunity despite the challenges. Let's look at the economic side of the story. This is also there's also an economic angle many people overlook. America depends heavily on immigrant labor in industries like agriculture, construction, healthcare, hospitality, technology, and the likes. Some business groups warn that overly strict immigration policies can worsen labor shortage. At the same time, critics argue that uncontrolled migration places pressure on housing, healthcare, schools, and public services. This is why immigration debates in America are so intense. Both sides believe they are protecting the future of the country, and politicians like know immigration is one issue that can decide election. A lot of Nigerians and Africans that go there go for labor, even though they say they go to school or they go to school, they always mix it with labor to be able to bring down some more good money to their accounts. So, what happens next? What happens next? Immigration experts believe stricter enforcement and more detailed review may continue. However, not every migrant will be forced to leave America for green card processing. This is actually good news for any migrant or immigrant that is listening to this. Each immigration case is different. Some applicants may qualify for waivers, others may adjust status inside the US legally, and some could still face consular processing abroad. The biggest advice from experts is simple: do not rely on rumors online. Immigration laws are complicated, and one mistake can affect someone's future permanently. Many migrants are now waiting anxiously to see whether future US policies become even stricter in the months ahead. So, what do you think? Should the United States tighten immigration rules to protect its borders, or should America make the process easier for migrants already living and working there? The issue affects millions of people around the world and remain one of the most emotional political debates in modern America. Drop your thoughts and opinions in the comments. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Word Daily, and turn on notifications so you never miss global updates that matters. Thank you for watching. I will see you again in my next video.